This is chapter 11 of the early Christian Gospels, the forgotten teachings of Jesus Christ and the Apostolic Fathers. This is the epistles of Jesus Christ, the letters that Jesus Christ sent to the king of Edessa, King Abgarus, and the letters of King Abgarus of Edessa towards Jesus Christ. The epistle of King Abgarus to Jesus Christ. Abgarus, Abgarus. The following is a copy of a letter written by King Abgarus to Jesus and sent to him at Jerusalem by Ananias, his footman, inviting him to Edessa. It starts, quote, Abgarus, king of Edessa, to Jesus, the good Savior, who appears at Jerusalem, greeting. I have been informed concerning you and your cures, which are performed without the use of medicines and herbs. For it is reported that you cause the blind to see, the lame to walk, do both cleanse lepers and cast out unclean spirits and devils, and restore them to health who have been long diseased, and raise up the dead. All which when I heard, I was persuaded of one of these two. Either you are God himself descended from heaven, who does these things, or the Son of God. On this account I have written to you earnestly, to desire you would take the trouble of a journey here, and cure a disease which I am suffering. For I hear the Jews ridicule you, and intend to do you mischief. My city is indeed small, but neat, and large enough for both of us. Epistle of Jesus Christ to King Abgarus. The following copy is the answer of Jesus Christ by Ananias, the footman of Abgarus the king, declining to visit Edessa. Quote, Abgarus, you are happy, forasmuch as you have believed on me, whom you have not seen. For it is written concerning me, that those who have seen me would not believe on me, but that they who have not seen me might believe and live. As to that part of your letter that relates to my giving you a visit, I must inform you that I must fulfill all the ends of my mission in this country, and after that be received up again to him who sent me. But after my ascension, I will send one of my disciples who will cure your disease and give life to you and all that are with you. End quote. References to the epistles of Jesus Christ and Abgarus, king of Edessa. The first writer who makes any mention of the epistles that passed between Jesus Christ and Abgarus is Eusebius, bishop of Caesarea in Palestine, who flourished in the early part of the 4th century. For their genuineness, he appeals to the public registers and records of the city of Edessa in Mesopotamia, where Abgarus reigned, and where he affirms that he found them written in the Syriac language. He published a Greek translation of them in his ecclesiastical history. In the ante-Nicene Church, Antioch was undoubtedly the leading center of the West Syriac Church. In addition, the upper Mesopotamian city of Edessa became an equally important birthplace of the Christian ecclesia in East Syria. Tradition holds that Saints Peter, Thomas, and Bartholomew visited and preached in Edessa, but the founder of the Edessene church was Saint Judas Thaddeus, known as Saint Addai by the local Syriac-speaking Christians, as apostle of one of the 70 and disciple of Saint Thomas. Saint Addai, that is, Saint Judas Thaddeus, was sent by Saint Thomas to Edessa in response to King Abgar, about 50 to 57 AD. Personal petition to Jesus Christ, who had promised to send one of his disciples to him. The apostle Thaddeus is said to have come to Edessa bearing the words of Jesus, by the virtues of which the king was miraculously healed. After a miraculous healing of the king, the entire royal family and many of the nobles were baptized, including some of the pagan who were called chief priests. The city's main altars of the gods Bel and Nabu were destroyed and a church built. Addai, that is St. Judas Thaddeus, was the first bishop of Edessa, followed by Agai, a silk merchant who became Addai's closest disciple. The report of an image, an icon, an image which accrued to the legend of King Adbar, first appears in the Syriac work, The Doctrine of Addai. According to it, the messenger Ananias was also a painter, and that it was he who painted the portrait of Jesus, that is, an icon of Jesus, a painting of Jesus, which was brought back to King Abgarus of Edessa and conserved in the royal palace. Thus, as the capital of the first Christian kingdom of Osroene, Edessa came to be known as the Blessed City. However, the non-believer King Abgarus VI ruled between 57 to 71 AD, persecuted the bishop Agai, that is St. Judas Thaddeus, who became the Edessene church's first martyr. Nonetheless, King Adbar VIII, who inherited the throne in AD 177, converted to Christianity and ruled righteously to the point of being called a Holy One by the Christian historian Julius Africanus. It is important to note here of the legend of King Adbar also having received the image of Edessa, that is the Holy Mandilion. This image was a holy relic consisting of a square piece of cloth upon which the face of Jesus was imprinted miraculously. In the Christian Orthodox Church, the image is known as the Holy Mandilion. The Keramidion is the name of the holy tile imprinting with the face of Christ miraculously transferred by contact with the Mandilion. So here we see that the Mandilion which touched a tile, the tile also became imprinted with the same image that was on the fabric of the Mandilion, the handkerchief, the kerchief. The first record of the existence of a physical image in the ancient city of Edessa, now Urfa, was in Abgarus Scholasticus, written about 600 AD, who reports a portrait of Christ of divine origin, Theoktectos. This image is said to have come by the miraculous saving help in the defense of Edessa against the Persians in 544 AD. This same image, the Holy Mandilion, was removed to Constantinople in the 10th century. This cloth later disappeared from Constantinople during the sacking of the city of the Fourth Crusade in 1204. It did, however, reappear as a relic in King Louis IX of France's La Chapelle in Paris, but again disappeared in the French Revolution. Being an Orthodox Christian, I would like to note at this point the tradition both Catholic and Orthodox Christian churches have concerning St. Veronica's veil. There was a woman, St. Veronica from Jerusalem, moved by grief, sympathy, and love for Jesus Christ during the carrying of his cross and wearing his crown of thorns. At one point where Jesus fell along the Via Dolorosa on the way to Golgotha, this woman stooped to wipe Jesus' bloody face with her headscarf, her mandilion, Greek word for headscarf. In the previous readings, we learned that St. Veronica, Veroniki, was the woman who had the issue of blood for a number of years, 12 years, and who was cured by Christ. This scarf or veil was a large piece of cloth folded double. Hours later, after the woman opened her veil, she discovered that the face of Jesus Christ was miraculously imprinted on both parts of the cloth. However, the two images were not mirror images, but of identical orientations. This was later called the Veron icon, or the true icon, the true image of Jesus' face. It is from this term that we give Saint Veronica her name. Saint Veronica's veil, or sudarium, Latin word for sweat cloth, often called simply the Veronica, is known in Italian as the Volto Santo, or Holy Face. The image of the face of Jesus on this cloth, the veil of Saint Veronica, the Holy Mandelion, is not made by human hand. That it is aichiropito, Greek for not having made by hands, aichiropito. According to Eusebius in his ecclesiastical history, Veronica is the woman Christ healed of the issue of blood, as recorded in Matthew chapter 9, verse 20 to 22, and Luke chapter 8, verse 43 to 48. See also Nicodemus chapter 5, verse 26. For the reader's benefit, I would like to include this image, and hopefully I'll be able to upload it in my video to you.